Hello, I'm Dr. Hassan Doeed once again with a powerful topic: three secrets of choosing a research topic. Three secrets of choosing a research topic. Why are they secret? If you see, most people who want to work on a research article, whether they are beginners or they have done it before, they mostly come up with this issue that how do I select my topic? And why certain people select topics so easily while the other people they struggle and they don't find a topic easily. What is the reason? The reason, according to my experience, is that people who easily choose their topics, they know these three secrets. And here I am today sharing those three secrets with you. Let's talk about this. Secret number one. It's an open secret, by the way. We all know this. And once I finish this video, you will say, oh, I probably knew all these three things, but I never applied those things. I knew those, but I never applied that. So let's talk about this. So what is the secret number one, or the open secret number one of topic selection? If you are working on a research project, start with what you're passionate about. Secret number one: what are you passionate about? What do you love the most? What is the field that you love the most? If you are a doctor and you love medicine, that's very good. Generally, medicine is a general word, right? It's a broad word. So you love medicine, but not everyone who is becoming a doctor loves medicine. They just love human brain, or they just love kidney, they just love heart, they love endocrinology, they love hematology, they love hepatology, they love gastroenterology. So it depends. You may fall in love with a particular branch of medicine, or maybe you love general surgery or specialty surgery, maybe you love gynecology more. So that's just in the field of medicine. If you are among those who love medicine and everything about medicine, I congratulate you. But if you are not among those people, then find there are so many branches, there are so many subjects and branches of medicine that you can choose as your passion. Same for engineering students. General engineering. If you love general engineering, that means you love every topic of engineering, which is rare, but it is a possibility. Then I congratulate you. If not, then what exactly do you love the most? Mechanical engineering, electronic engineering, electrical engineering, biomedical engineering. And even in biomedical engineering, is there a particular topic that you love the most? Maybe you love motorcycles, or you love cars, or you love trucks. So I don't know. You know this. Only you can answer this. Same for any field. You may love the general field, but you may also love one particular branch of that field. So you think about it, and you can tell, only you can tell. Nobody in the world will be able to tell you what you're passionate about. Many people ask this question: how do I know what is my passion? Nobody's going to answer you this question. I cannot answer this question. Everyone knows what they're passionate about. Only you can answer this question. Only your heart can answer this question. Go sit down, make a list of the things you like the most about the field you belong to, the specialty you belong to. What do you love the most? Now, how else you can identify? Remember, you're naturally good at certain things. So what was the particular field or branch of your field that you were naturally good at? You studied less, but you automatically scored higher. What was that field? For me, it was human mind and psychology and neuroscience. That's my specialty. I was naturally good at it. I was naturally interested in it. So, is there anything like that that you naturally are good at it? You always want to talk about it. You're always thinking about it. You want to watch movies about it. You want to read about it. You're reading news articles about it. You're reading on internet about it. You're watching videos on that subject on YouTube. What is that subject? For me, psychology, psychiatry, neuroscience, neurology, all of this was my passion. All three of these were my passion, and I was reading and studying about them all the time. And then human psychology was more of my passion. I loved that more than anything else because I loved human behavior as a subject. So I started to spend more time on that, and I loved it a lot. So find something that you talk about the most, you think about the most, you are recognized by others because of that. So recognize, what are you recognized? What do your classmates remember you with? If you are good at certain things, maybe certain other people will tell you what you're passionate about, especially when it comes to studies. You could be passionate about making food. You could be passionate about being a chef. You could be passionate about anything, but I'm talking about students who are want to write a research article. So ask your friends, if you don't have the answer, that what do you feel is my strength in my field? What am I passionate about? what do you feel about it? Then maybe it will open doors to understand where you want to go, which direction you want to go. But again, they very highly likely will not be able to tell you. Only you can tell what you're passionate about. So knock the door of your heart and the answer will come out what you're passionate about. Once you identify that, that can be your topic. So that means this will be your field, this will be your specialty, and you will write papers related to that topic. Now, there can be two things that you love the most. So ideally, if you want to write a research article, combine those two things together. That's another way of writing a topic. For example, if I love neurology, let's say, so I love to study about Parkinson's disease, but I also love to study about schizophrenia. So why can't I write a paper combining schizophrenic patients who have Parkinson's disease? What is the association? How are they connected? You combine both things together, schizophrenia and Parkinson's disease together. Why are they associated? How are they associated? Second secret is look what is in the trend, what is in the news nowadays, what is happening around the world. Go and type, let's say you have identified your field, let's say it is gynecology. Now go on Google simply and write gynecology news and see what is in trend. You will see what people are talking about in this field. Are they talking about in vitro fertilization? Are they talking about certain diseases in gynecology, for example, gonorrhea, or they're talking about HIV? What is in the news? Or maybe you talk about, you see something about obstetrics. Maybe they are talking about placenta previa. So you get an idea, okay, this is the broad topic that people are focused on. Okay, and I have now one topic and I can combine it with something else in the same field. Maybe placenta previa with hypertension, and see how are they connected, why are they connected, what are the effects on the baby, what are the effects on the mother. Now you can think about it and you have the idea. So always see what is in the trend. Never ever underestimate what is in the trend. So number one trick is not a trick, I would say number one way, or the number one secret is to decide what you're passionate about. Second way is what is in trend. Once you identify it, you can decide your topic. Now, the third open secret is open the book of your specialty. Go and open your internal medicine book, for example, if you're a doctor, and choose the specialty you like, read them aloud. Okay, endocrinology, open endocrinology and see the diseases, what you like. Cushing syndrome, okay, maybe Cushing's, oh, I like Cushing syndrome a lot. Cushing syndrome, and combine it with something else. Okay, maybe I want to see Cushing syndrome and diabetes together. Both endocrinology topics combined together, it will be a wonderful topic. So usually you get ideas from these three things. Whether you are working on a review article, if you're working on a review article, then you combine two things together. But if you are not, you can look into the incidence and prevalence. And you can do your cross-sectional study, or you want to do a clinical trial. Either way, the secrets of topic selection will be the same three secrets. Number one is the passion, what you're passionate about. Identify your passion. Only you can do it. Other people can give you hints, but only you can identify what you're passionate about. Think about it. You need to sit quiet and think on paper, and the answer will come to you, what you are passionate about. Once you have identified your passion in the field, now go and type it simply on Google. Let's say you're passionate about Huntington disease. So you go on Google and type Huntington disease news or neurology news and see what topics are being discussed, what topics are being written, or is there any news on Huntington disease? Then you say, okay, then I shouldn't write on this topic because this is not in trend. It will be difficult for me to convince the journals to publish it, because if something in trend, then the journals will highly likely publish it, because journals want to publish things that are in trend that people will read. Every journal wants their readers to read their journal. So if you write a paper that you're passionate about, but it is not in trend, then you will have tough time convincing the journal to publish it. So remember, all three secrets are actually together. You cannot keep them that I choose one secret and I ignore other two. No. Number one is you decide what you're passionate about. Now look in the trends. If it's in the trend, if it's in the trend, currently in the news, that's a very good topic. Otherwise, think of any other thing that you're passionate about and find if it's in trend. If it's trending in the news, congratulations. Let's say you like Alzheimer's disease and you search in the news and you see that there are recent news articles that are being published on Alzheimer's disease. That's very good. Congratulations. If not, go back, think about what else you like the most. Okay, myocardial infarction. Okay, go back now to the news and see if it's in the news. If it's in the news this week, very good. If it's in the news this month, very good. Like for example, nowadays for last 2 years now, only one thing is in trend, that is COVID. So there are so many things on COVID that you can think of. But if you're passionate about infectious disease and you're passionate about COVID, only then do it. Otherwise, don't do it. And then the next thing is, look at the books. Open the books and you will get more ideas. Right now, you don't get ideas because you don't have the topics written in front of you. When you have the topics written in front of you, you will get more ideas and then start working on your project. So that's how you select your topic. These were the 3 secrets or open secrets that can help you decide your research topic. Stay tuned, keep learning, keep watching. Thank you.